So the assassination attempts, the first one is in Butler, Pennsylvania. And you write about watching the assassination attempt on TV, and you started working, and you were distracted, so you pushed pause. So you didn't see that first assassination attempt, and someone called you, I think your chief of staff maybe called you and said, he's okay, but there's been a shooting. What happened next?
I ran to the TV and I rewound it and I watched it. I was only a few minutes behind, and something, I guess, look over me, so I didn't really see live, but maybe, you know, 3 minutes, few minutes later. But when I saw it, it was only, nobody really knew yet,
right?
Because when you see him on the floor and you don't know what really happened.
And then a few weeks later, there's another attempt on your husband's life at your golf course. Mm-hmm. Where were you, and what was your reaction to this attempt?
I was in New York City, actually, and I saw it on the television. And as soon as I saw it on television, I called again, and he was okay, because Secret Service were great. The guys that they were with him, they were fantastic. And I think both of the events, they were really miracles. If you really think about it, the July 13 was a miracle, like that much, and he could, you know, he could not be with us.
The raid on Mar-a-Lago, the house manager texts you and says the FBI is outside the house. They had access to my bedroom, closets, office, and rummaged through my personal items. Even searched Barron's room, you say. So how invasive was that? Did it make you angry? How did you feel?
Yeah, it made me angry, yes. Invasion of privacy, and the way it was done I was really surprised.
You wanted to see it for your own eyes. With your own eyes, what did it look like when you walked back in your house that had been raided?
I saw unpleasant stuff that nobody wants to see it. And you get angry because, you know, nobody should be putting up with that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. Some person, I don't even know who or how many people, they went through my stuff.
You said in the book, you said, sometimes in order to succeed, you must be willing to take risks. How did the risks early on as a model prepare you for life as the First Lady?
I think nothing prepared me more to be First Lady in front of the world than the fashion industry. The fashion industry, it's glamorous, but it's at the same time very tough. And as everybody judges you, look at you a certain way, so it can be mean world as well. So nothing prepared me more for this world than fashion. It gives you a thick skin.
So it was August 27th, 1996, and you had this modeling contract. You have 2 suitcases, a carry-on, and a passport. That is all you brought with you to America.
And my portfolio.
And your portfolio.
That was very important.
Absolutely. Yes. You need to find a job. So 10 years, and you hit the ground running. You didn't even go to your apartment. You immediately went to work.
Correct.
Tell us about that.
Well, when I arrived to New York City, I still remember it was Tuesday afternoon, early afternoon. I went directly from the airport to the agency. So I start right away. You sign the contract, they copy your portfolio, and you start. So it was an exciting time.
So 10 years later, after arriving here, you find yourself raising your right hand and reciting the Pledge of Allegiance and becoming an American citizen. You had no idea at that moment you would go on to become the First Lady of the United States of America. What did that day, becoming a citizen, mean to you?
I was very proud. I went through the process, and that day was a big celebration. Was very, very proud.
So meeting Donald Trump, how did you meet him?
We met at a party, and you could read a whole chapter in the book.
Yes, you were at the Kit Kat Club, and
Yes.
there was that moment of connection, and then you refused to give him your number, and you asked for his number, and you went on a modeling shoot in the Caribbean, and while you're down there, you couldn't stop thinking about him, and so you came home, and you called him. What happened?
We went to on the first date, if you could call it a date.
Because it was mixed with professionalism too.
Correct,
right?
and I completely understand now that I know him more.
Yes.
It was so him. And I liked in one way about it because I was the same, and I love the vision that he had and the connection that we had, so it was very special.
There was a touching story in the book about the baptism candle. Your mom brought this over from Slovenia. It was the candle that was lit in the church when you were baptized. You lit it at your wedding, and then you lit it again when Baron was baptized. And you still have it, I assume.
I still have it. Interesting, I was baptized on Donald's birthday, June 14. The dates connects.
Yes.
So my mother, she thought about it and she brought it here to the United States.
And you say in the book about becoming a mother, you said, I stepped back from public life, no longer wanted the glamorous photo shoots and the jet-setting lifestyle, and my career took a back seat. Was that a hard change for you?
It was not.
No, why?
Because I had a different purpose in life.
Best day of your life when they put the baby in your arms?
Something changes.
Yeah. There's a picture in the book, and you're working at the desk, and you have Baron in one of those small little motorized cars. Books, his children's books are all over the floor. You have your papers all over the desk. And I looked at that picture and I said, this is a working mom's life. We can all relate to this. Everything's chaotic, everything's hectic, but it's so much fun. And everyone tells us to enjoy those moments because they're fleeting and your kids grow up and it just flies by. When you look at that picture, what was happening in that moment?
When I see it, that was the time that I did QVC collection, my jewelry,
which
and
sold out in 45 minutes.
It did, yes, was very successful. So I was doing all at the same time, working, playing with Baron. He has his own time with his car and his books, and we talking. So I think it's very important that we show our children that we are working too, to give them an example how life is, that they see us, that we are productive, that we have an ideas, that ideas comes to life, and that's how I was showing to Baron.
Donald was on Brian Kilmeade's show last weekend, and Brian was asking him about your relationship, and he said, Brian, she really, really does love me. So what do you love most about your husband?
His being, his humor, his personality, his kindness. He's very special. His positivity, his energy, it's unbelievable. So we have a beautiful relationship.
When you married Donald Trump, he already had 4 children, and you talk about that in the book, and it would seem so fun to have just so much life and children around you. You said, I gave everyone their own space, grounded in love and respect. You didn't always agree, but acknowledged differing viewpoints. So what advice do you have for blended families?
To take individual as they are. You cannot control anyone. You could control only your own behavior, your own words. Everybody is in control of own self. I'm not in control of my husband. I'm not in control of his children. I'm not even in control of my child. He's his own person, and we all have yes and no's, and we are all individuals. Once you lead your life with respect and love, that's all what it matters.
That's all for today. Thank you. If you want global news to keep you up to date on any new developments, please subscribe our channel and forward our content with your friends on social media and email. Thank you very much for keep supporting me. Stay safe, be blessed. Namaste.
Thank you, God bless you, and God bless America.